My property did not appraise. This is a common thing that we're seeing right now. And how are buyers dealing with this, and how should you look at this? My name is Sean Price. I'm with Price and Price Group here at eXp Realty. And we're having a challenge in this market, and we have been for quite a few months, where properties they're bidding up to such a high level that appraisals are not coming into the value of the sales price. And so buyers quite often will feel like they're overpaying for a property because it didn't appraise. So we're going to talk about the difference between market value and appraised value. So market value is the actual value of a property. It's the actual current value of a property. So when we're looking at comps, you want to look at pendings, because those are going to give us a better picture versus the actual solds. Even if you only go back 3 to 6 months, in a market that's moving as quickly as this one, 3 months ago is a big difference between now. Properties are increasing 10, 15, 20% in that 3 months because they're getting bid up so quickly. So market value is what is current. So imagine market value like you're driving in a car. I'm in a car, so this is a great example. You're driving in a car and you're looking out the mirror, or out the windshield. What you're seeing outside of the windshield, that's the market value. That is what buyers are willing to pay for a property, and that's what sellers are willing to sell at. That is what the market is valuing a property at. Market value is what it is, regardless of appraised value, regardless of comps. If you're in a neighborhood and you've got a property that's on the market for $500,000 and the comps are at $450,000, but you have a bidding war and somebody's willing to pay $600,000, $600,000 is the market value for that property. The appraised value is like, if I'm sitting in the car right now, I'm looking at the rear view mirror. The appraised value is what happened in the past. So how far back in the past did that happen? Even if it's, like I said, 30, 60, 90 days, in this market, that's not accurate, because what's happening is a property will sell, the next property that comes on the market. So a property will go on the market. It hits right here. This is the baseline. It will get bid up, and this is the new sales price of that property. This is the market value. Well, the next comp is the next property that comes on the market is going to use this market value to price their property, and then it's going to bid up, and that's the new market value for this same property. Comps are still down here because this was 30, 60, 90 days ago. This is now a new comp, but it's still in the rearview mirror. This is the market value. And then the next house comes on the market, and this one goes up. So it's a stair-stepping effect. And what happens is appraisals right now, because the market's moving so quickly, and properties take 30 days to close once they get under contract. So appraisals are running 30, 60, 90 days behind, and therefore they are looking in the rearview mirror. So imagine you're driving down the road, you're looking in the rearview mirror, and you're trying to drive down the highway. You're going to end up in a wreck. So appraised values, while in a flat market or an even market, they carry the actual value of a property. They can tell you what the market value is. That's only in an even market. In a strongly appreciating market or a strongly declining market, appraisal values do not indicate market value. So when you are putting an offer in a property and there are multiple offers, we just had this happen with one of our properties. I'll give you an example. Property was listed for $925,000. The property bid up to $995,000. The appraisal came in at $895,000. Okay, so exactly what happened. $895,000 was the history. The new property came on at $925,000, standing on the history, and then the market value brought this property up to $995,000. So the appraisal comes in down here. Sales price, market value is up here. So what ends up happening is there's a gap there. And that's unfortunate for buyers, but that is the reality of the market. And so that property's value is actually $975,000. On top of that, sometimes you'll get a bad appraisal. This appraisal right here was not a good appraisal. It actually should have been closer to that $925,000, $940,000 range. But the purpose of this video is to understand that if you put an offer in on a property and you overpay above sales price and you overpay above appraised value, it does not mean you're overpaying for that property. You are paying market value for the property. The market determines the value. And that's what you have to use in this market. So when you're writing offers, when you have this appraisal situation coming in, if you're having to waive your appraisal contingencies, or if you're putting a buffer on your appraisal contingency, you have to make sure that you are secure and you are willing to pay that extra money in case of an appraisal shortage, because it does happen. Appraisals do come back low. and you will have to pay that difference. But it does not mean you're overpaying the property. It means you're investing in the equity. You're investing in the equity of the property because the next property that comes on the market is going to go higher, and that's going to give you forced equity in your property. Okay, so please keep that in mind, market value versus appraised value. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. I'll be happy to jump on a call with you or help you analyze that process. And I hope this video was helpful.